Welcome to Anglin Insider, everybody. I'm Captain Jack Medla, new and improved with short hair. This episode, we're going over new boaters. What are your options as a new boater? We went with my really good friend, Mr. Jeff Luc. He's a retired NFL player. But we went into a couple options of what you can do as a new boater, whether it be a boat club or buying a new boat. So we're going to dive into that pretty good, and we'll see you out there on the water. What's up, Jeff?
How you feeling?
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Let's get you on here. Woo. All right, everybody. Captain Jack Medla here with Anglin Insider Television. This week we're going over new boaters. What are your options as a new boater? I got my really good friend here, Mr. Jeff Luc. He's a since retired NFL football player. He reached out to me. He's looking to get into boating, and Jeff, so I guess give us a little rundown on your career and what you're looking for to get out of today.
So I played football, high school football at Treasure Coast High School, Port St. Lucie, obviously. I ended up going to Florida State.
Florida State. You know I went to Miami, right?
Yeah, unfortunately you did. So I ended up going to Florida State, and from there I graduated from the University of Cincinnati. I played around different teams in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, the New Orleans Saints, Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Jets. I played in the CFL, Stampeders, Calgary Stampeders, and I played for the Toronto Argonauts. So now I'm looking to, I guess, getting to the boating world. And
get on the water a little bit.
And I need my good friend Captain Jack to get me right.
Well, I got you. I promise that. We're going to take a look at a bunch of boats today, give you a bunch of different options. We might be able to get out on the water, do a little water sports, maybe some fishing. And but today we're going to start out by just showing you a couple different types of boats, get you in the right mindset, and we'll see what you like and go from there. How's that sound?
I'm very excited.
Awesome.
I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited.
Well, we all know I get pretty carried away with boats and stuff. But we really wanted to mention Mr. Jeff Luc's foundation. So we're going to go over a couple of talking points of that real quick, and we'll see you back on the boat. So Jeff, I know you were telling me about you got a foundation, right? A charitable foundation.
Yes, I do.
Luc, that's your last name.
Correct.
Right. All right. Give us a little rundown on that.
So it's called, like Captain Jack said, is Life Unconquered Competitor. And honestly, what it is to help the youth out. When you have kids that freshly graduate high school, they're unsure on what they want to do with life.
Exactly.
Especially as an adult myself, I'm unsure on what I want to do as I retire. But Life Unconquered Competitor is to basically be that bridge where we can have the kids that freshly graduate, and we'll have them jump into their career right away. We'll be police academy, firefighter academy, barber school, trade school, beauty school. So we will definitely be that bridge and be that support for the children.
That's awesome, and it's awesome how you. How it's so broad. Every kid, every person likes different things. Every person wants to go on a different path. So, whatever you're interested in, I guess your foundation will help you out and get you into the career that you want.
Yes, it is, actually.
That's awesome. It's sort of the same thing with boating as well. We try and take out a lot of kids. It's a big thing. Take a kid fishing, because they're our future generation. Yeah. These are the kids that
are going to be taking over this industry, or be your future police officer or whatever. So the guys that are there already and have the resources to help these people out and take them out, I mean, it's almost an obligation for us to help them out. So it's that's an awesome foundation.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for telling us about it.
Thank you, brother.
What I really wanted to do with Jeff was show him different types of boats. So we went through 4 categories of boats: your center console offshore fishing boat, a pontoon boat, a deck boat, bow rider type boat, and then a bay boat. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start off with the center console fishing boat. This one in particular is going to be your Cobia 262. So we'll dive into that right now. And what we're looking at right here is this boat just absolutely flying through some gen clear water, it looks like. What's good about a boat like this is, you sit a little bit deeper in the water. It's good for running offshore. That deep fee hole will cut through the waves a lot better for a more comfortable ride offshore if you're in rougher seas. On all these center consoles, they're kind of transitioning into more of a all-in-one type boat. So we have a lot more seating. As you can see, we get nice captain's chairs on these boats, a nice little footrest. In front of the center console, you'll have some seating, and then up around the front, you'll also have some seating. And a lot of these boats, a lot of these companies offer options, so you have the ability to add on extra seating or take away seating if you want more of an open layout, if you're more of a hardcore fisherman. If you're somebody who's willing to or wanting to do something a little more with your boat, like go to a sandbar, or maybe cross over to the Bahamas or something like that, this is definitely the boat for you. And nowadays, they have all these upgraded gauges, Bluetooth speakers. The GPS is on all these. Have upgraded depth finders and all that sort of stuff. This one in particular has outriggers installed as well. So if you are that fisherman, this would definitely be the boat for you. Okay, from this center console fishing boat, we're going to transition over to a deck boat. So this is going to be more of your cruising pleasure boat or wake sports boat if you're interested in that. This specific boat is made by Crown Line. They're really, really interesting in the fact that they have a cool hull design which allows them to do pretty impressive maneuvers at high speeds. A ton more seating than, say, a center console fishing boat or a bay boat, and the ability to host a lot more people, seat a lot more people around the boat. It'll give you a little bit more options inshore in the river. If you're looking to beach up at a sandbar, you'll have that bow and your stern ladder. You'll also have the ability to get potentially some more sun shading if you add a bimini top on there as well. But these boats are more for entertaining. As you can see right here, you have some people entertaining on the beach there. Real comfortable, real nice LED lighting, it looks like. You have the ability to add speakers all over these boats. I believe that this particular model, I think, has 10 speakers on it on a 21-foot boat, which is pretty impressive. You can definitely wake the neighbors with that one, I guess. A ton of storage, the ability to put a cooler on the side somewhere. Freshwater wash down. It'll have a tank in the boat for you to have fresh water in there as well. And these boats, have they're performance boats as well as cruising boats. So you'll get a lot out of them. You'll get that speed. You'll get that excitement factor out of it as well. And a really sleek, cool-looking boat that you can bring in the ocean or in the river or in a lake or something like that. So. From the deck boat, we're going to go ahead and switch on over to pontoon. We're going to keep that cruising vibe going. This one, I like to call them floating living rooms because they are extremely comfortable. Ton of shade, a ton of seating, and this is the upgraded version. If you're looking to entertain, if you're looking to just cruise around in the river or something like that, this is that upgraded version from that deck boat. Just really, really allows you to have a lot more options when it comes to entertaining guests, maybe some wake sports, maybe beaching up at a sandbar, or just cruising down the river. Usually this one specifically is made by Cypress Cay, and they make some fantastic pontoon boats, and that's a beautiful looking one right there. Back to the fishing side of things, we're going to go right into the bay boat. So this specific one is going to be the Pathfinder bay boat, a very popular name in the bay boat community. You got this family right here running down the river, it looks like, at a safe but quick cruising speed. These boats really have a ton of options, allow you to fish inshore, fish offshore, and then also bring a family along with you. We're going to dive into this specific boat very deeply a little later on in this episode, and talk about how to buy a boat, what are your options when you're looking to buy a boat, and what we think might be a good option as a new fisherman and a new boater. Let's cut to a quick clip of our sponsor, Freedom Boat Club Fort Pierce.
At some point in our lives, the water calls all of us. It doesn't matter who we are, where we're from, or how we spend our time. Freedom Boat Club believes the joy of being on a boat is something we all should experience. That's why we've worked to make boating simpler and safer. So when you hear the water calling you, come and check us out. Freedom Boat Club. Boating made for everyone.
So we just walked through all those boats right there. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, we really wanted to show Jeff his options as a new boater. So we broke those down into two main options, I would say. One of them being a boat club, and the other one being, buying a boat of your own. So we're going to dive into the boat club side of things first. Specifically Freedom Boat Club at Fort Pierce. So we brought Jeff there. So we brought Jeff right up into Freedom Boat Club office, and we introduced him to Don. And Don basically went over the positives of joining a boat club. So those basically are, one, you don't need to clean your boats. You don't need to worry about the maintenance on any of the boats. You don't need to worry about insurance on any of the boats. You basically show up and you have your day out on the water, and then you come back. The other things are reciprocal reservations. There's a ton of Freedom Boat Clubs all around the country and surrounding countries, and you can go to these other locations and boat over there as well. And then also you have the ability to get trained with a captain. So that's a huge thing as a new boater, being able to actually have an instructor standing there with you on the boat, showing you the safeties, or showing you how to safely operate a boat, and then showing you all the gauges, how to work the throttle, all that sort of stuff. So Jeff and Don, Don passed Jeff off to one of our captains. Captain Brian is just going over this little sheet here. We go over basically, they call them the rules of the road, what you would do in a crossing situation, what would you do in a head-on situation, stuff like that. They go over the basics of dealing with currents, dealing with tides, all that sort of stuff, docking your boat, what speed signs mean, what a slow zone means, what no wake zone means, all that sort of stuff. So right now they're hopping back on the boat. Captain Brian is just explaining some gauges to Jeff here, showing him where the fuel is, what the RPMs mean, what you would want to have in, say, an idle speed zone regarding RPMs and whatnot. And how to safely operate this vessel. There's a couple different types of certifications that Freedom Boat Club offers. So there's your basic certification. So when you first join, it's mostly that safety and your basic boat operation, learning the channels, learning how to properly dock up and stuff like that. After some reservations, you then can qualify to get your advanced boating operation certification, which they would take you offshore. You would do a little bit more on radioing. You would work on how to navigate an inlet, which is a big thing in Florida here. These inlets definitely can be dangerous, so that's very important. A little quick thing: if you are born before 1988, you do not need to have a boater safety ID card in the state of Florida. If you're born after, you do need to have that safety ID card. And additionally, another great benefit to the club is, the ability to have access to all these different kinds of boats that we just talked about. So they have center consoles, they have pontoon boats, they have deck boats, and they also have bay boats that you can use. So after your day out on the water with the captain and he feels like you are a worthy enough skipper, he'll go ahead and sign you off. And then from there, Jeff has the ability to make his own reservations and take out a boat whenever he would like. So we did just that. We took out a boat, me and Jeff, and we had a fun little day out on the water, and we can cut to that right now.
All right, Mr. Jeff, got you back out on the boat here today. We're going to do a little bit of fishing, maybe some wake sports too. But for now, we're going to go over a little boot camp. We'll start off. This is your rod, nice and shiny. Don't break it. Here is a big old hook we're using. Wire leader. These sharks have teeth. Right. And then here's our bait. Freshly caught, semi-freshly caught by me and John. But we're gonna go ahead and get that going. This big old rod, try and catch a shark, Goliath grouper maybe.
Okay, so
We're gonna catch something big, and you're gonna have to prove your muscles a little bit.
Oh yeah,
because I ain't helping. Those are the rules.
Okay, I'm
All
down
right.
for it.
Well, hey, let's get you set up on this rod, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is going to be our weapon of choice today. Nice big one. We got this little butt cap for you, so this doesn't hurt you in here. So you're going to grab this. We're going to put it on there. The rod's going to start out in the rod holder. We'll probably just keep it in there as we're fishing. Once a fish bites, we'll go ahead and take it out. Get this on, and this is how you're going to hold the rod. You're going to stick this right into your hip. You're going to put your left hand on the front of the reel right here, and this is your handle. That's what you're going to be cranking with.
Okay.
Do it right. The rod's bending over, the fish is pulling on you. If line is leaving the reel, we're not reeling. It'll be hard, tight, and then you reel down.
Okay.
Pull up, reel down, just like that. This sucker in your hand, feel comfortable?
Do I grab this also?
No, this will be out. It's just all rigged up, so you'll just grab this foam part right here.
Let's kick over to a clip of our sponsor.
So you've been hearing a lot about Freedom Boat Club, and you're probably wondering how it works. First, we buy and maintain a fleet of boats. Then you pay a one-time fee and monthly dues. Next, you get free, unlimited training from certified captains. Then you can hit the water as often as you like. That's all there is to it. So why not give Freedom Boat Club a try today? It's boating made simple.
So we went over the benefits of a boat club. So now we're going to head on down to Marine Connections in Vero Beach. We were over there looking over that Pathfinder bay boat that we were talking about earlier. And we're basically just going to go over your process of buying a boat, what that entails, all that sort of stuff, and then what we would expect or what we think is best for a new fisherman and a new boater. So we went over all that at Marine Connections. So let's go ahead and head over there and see what we talked about. Welcome to Anglin Insider, everybody. I'm your host, Captain Jack Medla. We're here at Marine Connection, Vero Beach. I'm with my good friend, Mr. Phil over here. And Phil, just give us a little rundown of what you guys have, what kind of boats you offer, all that sort of stuff.
Sure, absolutely. We offer various different brands for all levels. So we're going to offer bay boats, bow riders, center consoles, offshore, inshore, everything. So on the Maverick line, we're going to have Maverick, Pathfinder, Hughes, and Cobia. And then we carry Sea Hunt as a different brand, Blackfin as our premium brand, and then we have Cobalt and Hurricane as well.
Okay, so you cover pleasure boats as well as fishing. Okay, so you got everything.
To family to anything
awesome.
in between.
Perfect, perfect. All right, and then this show specifically, we're going over entry-level fishing, just getting into the game. What's your best boat? In my personal opinion, it would be the bay boat, especially in this area.
Absolutely.
Give us,
for this area, for the South Florida region, mainly because we're doing a lot of intercoastal boating, right?
Yep.
Mainly the people, they have these dreams of offshore fishing, but you grow into that.
Exactly.
You do that on a fair weather day. You can get out there perfectly fine in it.
Oh, easily.
Boat.
Yep.
But you have all the pleasures of the inshore boat, sandbarring, family boat, all that is all into one on a bay boat. Where on an offshore boat, you're limited to what
depth of water you can go into.
This is a lot more forgiving. For
and a little more fuel efficient as well.
Way more fuel efficient. This one's running just the 200 horsepower. Typically on a bigger boat, you're going to be running 3 or twins.
Exactly. So this specific boat, I'm already seeing nice seating right up front.
So what's nice about Pathfinder, it is an optional boat. You can make this ultra family or you can make it ultra fish. These are options. So one of the things that Pathfinder and all of the products in Cobia, they do have a lot of features. Some of the others pack all the features up front and they basically make you have them. You can kind of customize the Pathfinders and the Cobias to make it more family or less family. So
well, that's great. Well, I really like this boat, and it really fits the new boater, the new fisherman vibe that we're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess let's say I'm new, I'm coming into the industry, I'm looking for a boat, I came to Marine Connection, walk me through that process. What would I expect?
Absolutely. So one of the big misconceptions is that we're related to the car industry. It is completely different than the car industry. One of the big things that we do is take our time with our customers. Marine Connection in general, we're 7 locations here in Florida, so we have the same processes throughout. We really listen to the customer. We ask you what you're looking for. If you tell me that you want to solely go offshore and go to the Bahamas, I'm not going to entertain this boat. But if you tell me you want to get on the water with your family, you want to start to get your feet wet, this boat is very manageable. I'll put you in the right boat, to be honest with you. It's not going to be hard sales tactic where we're just trying to make a sale. All of our locations here in South Florida are local to our customers. We want you to come back. We want you to refer your friends. We want you to feel comfortable making that a great decision. We're not just really wanting to sell you a boat. We're wanting to create that relationship with you. Make sure that you're a 1 boater, 2 boater, 3 boater. Or if you find after 6 months or a year or 2 years that you're not a boater, we're going to help you in that retrospect as well. Some people will ask, what's better? Do I buy new or do I buy used? And that's a really hard question.
Especially right now with COVID going on, it kind of messed up the whole system a little bit.
It's really a question based on the market. When the market is high on the secondary market, typically means there's not a bunch of new boats available. So people are panicking and going into the secondary market to buy. That is where I tell you to have patience and buy new. You want to buy new because you're going to get all the warranties. You're going to be the original owner. You're going to know the whole history.
Exactly. And it might be a year waiting list. It might be 6 months. It might be 2 years, depending on who you're going through.
It could be 2 months.
It could be 2 months.
The preconceived notion is every boat is out a year. Not all boats are out a year.
Exactly.
Some boats, I can get this boat if you wanted to have you one in December. So it's 5 months from now. It's not really.
Yeah, no, and it's better to wait and get the exact boat you want with the exact, like you said, you can customize this boat. So if I'm ordering it, or if I go through you and you order it for me through their portal, I can get exactly what I want. I know that everything is on there, installed properly, correctly, the boat's safe. And then, like you said, you get all those warranties with buying it new and all that sort of stuff.
And I tell everybody, make sure you come into a dealership. Don't look at pricing online.
Yep.
Don't look at the secondary market and think that this boat's, if it's $80,000 on the secondary market, it must be $120 new. Right now, this boat's about $80,000. Secondary market, like a 2-year-old boat, or this brand new one, if you can find one, or be patient and wait, and then you get all the warranties. Now, if you can find a really good deal on a second-hand boat, like your neighbor's trying to sell it, and you've already come in here and you can save 20%, then absolutely. I'm not saying you don't do that, but why would you pay 5% more for a 2-year-old boat? It just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. I'm interested in this boat. I think this is going to be a great family boat for me. It give me all these options that I would like. I'm looking to buy it. What's my next step?
Okay, so we've gone through the process. We found that this is your boat. This is the ultimate boat. This is what you're dreaming about. You've got two potential ways of going about it. You can either pay cash, write a check, and that would be about 20% of the people. The other 80% of the people will do some terms in financing. Yeah. They will either come with us. We have in-house financing here. They range from anywhere from 10 years to 20 years, depending on the price of the boat and your credit. And rates are as low as 3.99% in some cases. Typically on a smaller boat that's an entry-level boat where it's not $250,000, $300,000, you can see interest rates on the 5 to 6% and about 15 years, which takes the payment down on a boat like this. I'd say it's probably about $650,000, $700,000, depending on your credit.
And then, so this boat, you said around $80,000. You do carry sea hunts and other types of boats as well. So this boat isn't every boat like this isn't $80,000. You can find them, a great big range of price ranges
remember,
and stuff.
We've got a lot of options on this boat. So we've got the teak underneath. We've got the
that is an upgraded
motor,
engine.
The powder coating. The bow cushion package. That would be also with a 10-inch screen on the Garmin and a trailer. So depending on the person,
so that is a lot of extra add-ons and stuff.
Say a Sea Hunt 22 bay, you might be in the high 60s to 70,000 as well. So you're going to have differences based on the manufacturer, the pricing. One of the nice things about if you were interested in a Sea Hunt, you can go, and they do have the 22 and the 23 foot boats on their website as a nationally advertised price. So you can actually go in there, pick your options, and get a true price right on their website. So that's going to be the 4 smaller boats. The 21, the 22, and the 23 foot boats are going to be nationally advertised pricing on Sea Hunt's website. So you can get pricing and get you a benchmark right there. It won't include a trailer, but you can get that price fairly easily by calling us or any other trailer shop and finding something like that. Yeah, when I first got into fishing and everything, my first boat was the 22 BXBR Sea Hunt. Still around.
And it was hands down, that boat rode so well offshore. I caught swordfish in that boat.
Absolutely.
I go deep drop and tile fish, snowy groupers, all that stuff, take it 40 miles out. And that thing was a beast. And, I since, ran it until its end. But it wasn't built for what I used it for. But an absolutely awesome boat. And these boats, it will grow with you. It is a 22-foot boat, and you might just be getting into fishing, but get a little bit more experience and grow with it, pretty quickly. But this boat will grow with you, and you will be able to do all different types of fishing on it and be successful out there.
I've seen plenty of swordfish pictures on a 22 Pathfinder. Now it also comes to the confidence of the captain. We always preach that. So if you're a new boater, you have to feel safe in the conditions that you're at. So you don't tempt fate. You go out with a more seasoned boater, or you hire even a captain. There are plenty of captains out there that will go on your personal boat and teach you how to do the things that you want to do for a nominal fee, but you're so much safer. And when you do go offshore, always have that personal locator beacon, always be
exactly.
safe when you're doing it.
Well, the ocean is definitely not something that you want to mess with. It's not something that you want to take any risks with. If you're going out the inlet and you're, a little iffy about it, probably better to turn around, and then in a boat like this, let's fish inshore today.
Yeah.
If I'm in a big 40-foot center console, I'm not fishing inshore, but if it's a little rough out there, gets a little sporty, I can come in and I can still save my day.
It'll be 1 foot chop in the river, fish biting.
And
I tell people all the time, you wouldn't get in a single prop 4-seater airplane with 35-mile-an-hour winds. Why are you going out the inlet in a small boat where once you're out there, it's like you're in the sky or in the open ocean. There's no land, there's no resources. Be safe when you go out there. So
of course.
But you'll learn that. You'll learn that over time.
Exactly. And when you're getting into boating, this whole show's about, getting into boating, getting into fishing. It's always smart, do your research. Look exactly, ask these guys. They know exactly what needs to be put on this boat to make sure you're Coast Guard certified and all that sort of stuff. And then make sure you're safe out there. He mentioned the personal locator beacon, the EPIRB. If you're going offshore, it's always a smart idea to have those. Flares, of course, that's required if you're going offshore. But you never know out there, and it's good to be safe.
Every one of our new boats comes with a standard Coast Guard safety kit with the with a flare gun, with a fire extinguisher. So you're legal up to a certain amount of people with life vests. Depends on the size of the boat. It may be 4 to 6, and then you add additional life vests accordingly. But we wouldn't want you to go out there your first day and have a problem. With the Coast Guard and get a ticket because we never.
Forwarded that information. No.
So instead of that, we just give it to you.
That's great. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
We also do orientations. That's something that a lot of companies you'll find that are a quick turn. They're interested in just getting you out the door. They don't put you on the water. They hook it right up to the boat and set you free. That's almost a no-no for us.
Yeah.
Even a seasoned boater, we want to go over the boat. It may take 20 minutes on the water. It may take 2 hours. But we're going to give you enough time so you feel comfortable. If you need to hire a captain after that, 2 hours isn't enough, we can do that too. But we're going to give you the core basics and even some additional how to get to your dock or get it on your lift.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to do that.
So you offer, of course, if I wanted to take a sea trial on this vessel, you'll pop it in for me.
No obligation sea trial. So if you wanted to come in and say, hey, I'm interested, the obligation is that you're interested in actually purchasing a boat. Now, do you have to purchase a boat? No. Are we going to sit you down and force feed you the pricing and you can sign on the dotted line? No. You don't even have to come back to the store. Many people will meet at a sea trial at a ramp and just get a 30-minute ride on it. That's part of our marketing that we do, and part of our, the guy might not be able to afford it. That's what everybody in the business always says, well, how could you do that? The guy might not even, who's going to waste 30 minutes of their time just to get a free 30-minute boat ride?
Yeah. And if they're interested.
He's got a friend with money. He's got a neighbor with money. He's going to say, hey, you guys did so great with me. You need to go see these guys. They didn't even make me do anything, and I just got on a boat.
He put it on his Instagram story that he was out on the boat. His buddy talked to him. That's all smart. Yeah.
It's invaluable just creating relationships with people. Boat sales comes with relationships, right?
Well, it's a very tight-knit community.
You're here right now because of a relationship that we have.
Exactly.
It just happens organically, and then you don't spend as much money in the marketing. You just be right for the customer, and things come naturally, and that's what we do. We're going to sit down and spend as much time. I've tried to sell a boat to a guy, say, I don't know, 2-3 years, seen him at every boat show, and still the same attitude every time he comes up. And then, you know what? All of a sudden on the third year,
Fort
Lauderdale Boat Show, first day of the show, and he's just like, hey, you remember me? I'm like, oh, how do I forget you, right?
Yep.
Let's do it. I just got retired. I'm ready to roll. 3 years later, and it's like, and it happens quite often.
That's awesome.
You just put the time in, the effort, and you just give people an understanding of the product that you're selling.
Well, and it's smart. We already talked about this. It's take your time. When I'm buying a boat or I'm just getting into it, take my time. That guy took 3 years, but he got the boat that he wanted.
Yes.
And he got the relationship that he needed, in order to make that happen. So it's always smart. We already said it. It's always smart to just take your time, get all your information, get all your options before you start making a big purchase like this, because you want to be safe, you want to have fun, you want it to be your boat. So take that time.
Sea trial always. Sea trial. Always. Whether you buy from one of us or another dealer, if they don't want to sea trial for whatever reason, unless the weather's blowing and it's not safe, no, the sea trial, you wouldn't buy a car without a sea trial. You shouldn't buy a boat. It's a much larger, longer purchase typically, and you know, you want to know it rides right, it's going to be right for your family. You get on the boat and it doesn't feel right, you know, you may need a bigger boat, you may need a smaller boat, you might, you know, it goes both ways. But over time, just that sea trial, you got to demand the sea trial, right? I mean, you can't,
of course.
You can't buy a boat. You wouldn't buy a boat without ever being on it and just taking the word.
And I wouldn't buy a used boat without bringing a surveyor in either. That's another big thing. Bring a surveyor in, somebody that if you don't know, bring somebody in that knows boats, because he'll check everything.
At a minimum, a certified outboard or inboard mechanic. Making sure that, you know, fiberglass overall is pretty forgiving.
It is.
But you have to be careful. That's the other thing.
Who knows? Moisture levels in there, you know, they'll check all that.
You have to worry about some of these people. You know, we have hurricanes down here. You know, you go to some of these dealers that may be just not, you know, one guy on the side of the road or advertising in Craigslist. He may have a hurricane boat that he put back together, but there's still sand in the tank. There's still issues, long-going issues, wiring issues,
or that you can't see with it sitting in a lot. But
it could be 2 years old. You would not be able to see that, but a surveyor is going to be able to go with a camera underneath. He's going to do as much as he can. He could miss it as well, but he's going to have a lot better education on finding those problems than an individual that's just new into boating, or even somebody. I mean, I've been tricked before.
Of course,
I've been to the auctions and the thing looks beautiful, and then, you know, you do boat history report. That's a website you can go to and get the history, and it pops up, and there's a salvage in Kansas that came to Florida and got re-registered with a clean title.
Yeah. So you never know. So it's always good to be.
Always too, on a secondary boat, check to see if there's any transferable warranty, and at point of purchase, make sure that those warranties can be transferred. Because some boats require you, whether it be the Yamaha or Mercury outboard motor or the hull or other fixtures of the boat, require you to actually physically write a letter or bring it to a dealer and have it transferred. Number one thing you could do is say you got a great deal on a 2-year-old boat, and then you had an issue, but you never transferred that warranty. It's going to be a process to try to transfer it after the fact. The reason that is, the dealers, manufacturers really want to make sure when you purchased it, it's in good sound condition, and only a dealer can do that inspection. So they want to know that you didn't buy something that somebody dropped it off of a car in that point of purchase. So you're always going to want to make sure that you transfer those warranties so you're completely warranted until the life of that warranty is up. Because you buy a 1-year-old boat, it may have 8 years, 9 years left in hull warranty, but you never transferred it. 6 years down the line,
you lost
have a problem.
You need it. You need it. You're going to want it.
You're never going to get warranty on the situation.
Exactly. All right, Phil, I really, really appreciate the time that you gave us today. I love the boat that you showed us. It's great. Exactly what we were looking for and exactly what our viewers are going to be wanting to see.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate it, and definitely we'll be back.
No problem.
And looking for some more information when we need it.
Come and get it whenever you want.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So me and Jeff that day out on the water, we actually ran out of time. Jeff is a busy, busy man. So we got him back on the boat a couple days later. We decided to do some night fishing because he really wanted to catch a shark. His big thing was, well, this was going to be his first fish ever, which is pretty crazy. But he wanted to catch a shark. I wanted to see something big and see a real battle. So we decided to go out at night. We were fishing big baits, and we caught some stuff that I did not expect we were going to catch. Honestly, in my opinion, better than a shark. But you'll see that, and you'll see some a blooper of me potentially falling in the water or jumping. We'll see, and we'll cut to that, and we'll see what we catch. But it's not a shark, I promise. That's exactly what we want right there. Oh yeah, that's game over. Go over here and try not to get my boat all dirty. There he goes. Sinking down in the deep.
How deep is that?
We're right on this drop off, so I probably cast it into like 30 foot of water.
What the heck?
It's right there too.
You can touch the little sandbar.
I know. But it's all dredged out. This is the turning basin. So they got it all dredged out so big boats and stuff like that can come in here and
maneuver around, position themselves. If they're docking up.
Would you use that as bait?
Yeah, we're gonna. We actually just put out our smallest bait.
Another bonita?
No, we'll stick with just his chunks right here. I mean, that's candy. Shark should annihilate that. They like all this good stuff. Try and get a little bit better of a cast on this one. Bird's nest. Redo.
Redo that one.
Redo. A redo action.
Jack, that's a nice deep hooker right there.
Oh yeah. Something's big catfish. Big old goonch. Maybe a stingray. Could be a big catfish.
Where's the giant? What's the thing called?
A shark would do like a drive-by eat. Like he's definitely getting eaten right now by something. But
What's that fish was trying to catch? The giant one?
the Goliath grouper. Yeah, they're here too. I've caught them here.
At this time?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they eat it and they sit on it and it'll pull out like this. Look at this one going.
That one's going crazy.
That one's getting it going too. This is a big one. That's a big bait. I'm saying, I mean, if a shark eats it, we'll know. They do like a drive-by. They just pick it up, keep moving along. All right, Jeff, that's him. Come here, bud. All right, Jeff.
So when relax, I go get it.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit more tension. So you're gonna lift up. You gotta reel. You gotta reel. He's coming at you. Maybe I'll stop reeling. Here, let me do something for you. All right, now it's easier. Much easier to reel, huh?
Oh, he might be running at you.
Yeah, keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling. He's coming right at you. Oh, he might have came off. I can't tell. Is he still on there? Is he fighting you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's fighting you. Keep going. Oh yeah. When he wants to run like that, you let him take some line. Now I'm gonna get behind you. Get these other rods out of the way.
Oh, he's got to be close.
Oh, there he is, right there. Oh, big snook! Big snook! Oh! Big snook. All right, stop reeling, stop reeling. Let's... Oh, shoot, man, that's a big snook.
You got to lip him.
All right, Jeff.
Okay,
Watch out. Watch out. All right, Jeff. This is going to be the biggest snook you'll ever catch in your entire life.
Hold
you
on.
understand me?
It's gonna bite me.
No,
This
it's
is
a beautiful
This is
fish.
the biggest
I got
snook
this.
I've ever seen. Oh, Jeff! Look at this fish, bro! Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at the size of this behemoth. Oh my gosh! Get close to this sucker.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh! No, he's too big to keep.
Whoa.
But let me put him in the water real quick. This is a really prized fish. I want to make sure he stays alive.
Yo, I want to get a picture of that guy.
I know. You should be really proud. Oh my gosh! Just video him, dude.
Hold on, let me record it. Yeah.
What a behemoth right there. Monster fish. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get him some more water. Jeff, I want you to hold him just like I am, okay? See how my hand's in his mouth this whole time?
Yes.
You can put your hand in his mouth. He won't cut you, I promise. His
Hold it
teeth
like a
are
bass
barely
and support the weight
sand.
with your backhand.
I never held a bass.
Hand under his belly. Just like that, and hold him. Don't let go of that hand, I promise.
Stand back here for me, Jeff. Yeah, there you go.
He's huge. Oh, man.
That's sick. All right, just get a safe release.
I'll try. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. He's healthy. He wants to go. Should I tell him bye? Bye-bye, buddy. I'm not letting this fish die. I got him.
I give it like a minute or so.
Yeah, I know. We just had him out for so long. He's really kicking now, but still. I'll let him rest a little bit. Oh my God. Insane fish, Jeff. This is the coolest thing.
You see, I don't know anything about it.
This is such a sacred fish.
People
I'm telling
come
you right
from
now.
all over the world to catch
Like
snook
this
in
is
Florida.
this is
Oh, yeah?
Florida. I'm telling you, this is Florida
That's
right
a very
here. This
prized
fish, this fish and tarpon and sailfish. And it's funny because snook season opened yesterday. This fish is well over the slot, so we couldn't keep him anyway. But I can't keep snook. They're too sacred.
Where he got to be for us to keep him?
There's a slot on the east coast of Florida. It's 28 to 32 inches. 32 inches on the east coast. And man, this fish just blasted right past that slot, but unbelievable. I would jump in for this fish. Oh yeah, he's so ready. Ready? There he goes. I jump in for that fish every time. I don't care.
That's great,
He
dude.
did jump in for real.
That was awesome. How are you slimy? I'm
Not like
slimy.
you. It was a good experience.
No, that was worth it. All right. I mean, honestly, it was funny because we were out here looking for a shark,
Right.
and me and John were talking about it. There's always that potential for this big snook or a Goliath grouper or something, and sure enough, first bite we get was a 40-inch
Literally
snook.
the first bite.
That will probably, I mean, a 40-inch snook. It's a fish of a lifetime. People literally travel all over the world to catch that fish, and I know that's the first time you ever even heard of a snook.
I think I'm ready to stay out here.
Yeah,
And catch another
I think we should catch another one. All right.
Is it a big one?
Hooked, yeah.
It's not hooked yet. There's a big one. Oh, this is definitely a shark. When he's running like that, just let him go. You're killing it, Jeff. You want to go single speed again? That's what made it easier last time.
Which was more effective to the shark?
This is definitely a shark.
Come now. Come now.
Oh yeah. Cue some music in the background. Maybe.
No.
Is he pulling on you?
so determined. Come on, Jeff. He's kicking your ass.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we got mono now?
Oh, he's close.
Yeah.
How you know?
Oh, a little Goliath. Oh, so sick. Awesome. All right, Jeff, turn him this way. Turn him this way. Oh, it's so cool. This is so awesome. All right, I'm gonna try and get in there. Oh, this is so cool.
That is not a little Goliath. We could keep this one.
Oh, nope. Can't keep this one either.
With this going on the show too?
He's a little guy. Yeah, he's a little guy. It's allowed. He's not too big, but they're beautiful.
Where do I hold him at?
Same thing.
Towards me, over here. Yeah. Hold him up a little bit closer.
Dang. Oh, shoot. Look at that sucker.
Hold him back.
Is he heavy?
Put him up like next to your chest. Like your shirt.
Come
yeah.
on, do a couple curls with him.
Right.
So what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
All right, pass him over to me. We'll get him back in the water.
Beautiful fish.
Ooh.
Yeah, he'll get you.